Tremors in China's property sector are shaking the heart of the country's economy. How bad off is China's real estate sector? Bad enough to be a huge blow to the global economy? Let's turn to Professor Soo-young this morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Professor, how bad would you say the situation is at the moment? Because the real estate sector in China does account for a huge proportion of the country's economy, right?
Yeah. Actually, almost 30% of China's GDP consisted with the real estate. But this real estate includes not only the residential apartments, buildings, as well as some infrastructure. So recently, we have seen that some bad news about some country garden real estate companies filed for Chapter 15, and Honda, which has declared in 2021 some kind of delinquency of the payment of the interest payment for the bondholders, and currently, clearly they show some weaknesses, but we are going to see that how the Chinese government and companies has survived for this turmoil.
Professor Song, then can we say the current crisis is developing into something like the Lehman Brothers collapse back in 2008, or am I taking this too far?
Actually, no, I don't think so, because this is quite small in terms of the size of potential crisis. Clearly, that shows this too much reliance on the real estate development and construction. However, for example, simply speaking, the Silicon Valley Bank, the amount of the FDIC bailout for the Silicon Valley Bank is almost $20 billion. And according to some report and analysis, that this crisis may amount to just $7.6 billion. So to that regard, this is what we have to be careful about. We don't have to exaggerate the crisis too much, because this is only the payment of the interest payment fulfillment that has fallen into failure. So that is the cause.
Right. Concerns should not be downplayed, but we do have to be careful with the expression of exaggeration, right?
All right.
Now, earlier on Monday, the People's Bank of Korea cut its one-year loan prime rate by 10 basis points to 3.45%, lowering the rate for the second time already this year. Now, Professor Song, will this help put out the flames in real estate industry there?
Currently, the Chinese government debt to GDP is only the 21%, so relatively very low. So which means that fiscal capacity for the Chinese government has been very robust and strong. But Chinese central government do not want to intervene and do not want to step in to bail out, because this is only a real estate sector, and they would like to just contain this issue within the industry. And also they focus on the decreasing the interest rate. And also I think they are going to supply more money supply to the market, to the economy. Therefore, the inflation would be encouraged to come back, because right now the consumption is declining, and some economists are worried about the deflation possibility. So that is of concern. But until now, the Chinese central government do not step in.
Right. All eyes are on this developing situation on China's real estate sector, including the U.S. Now, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan has made clear that Washington doesn't want the Chinese economy to tumble. Now, Professor Song, why is Washington saying this?
Yeah, recently we have seen the three different narratives about the Chinese status against U.S. economy. Particularly, China has been regarded as a threat. And now China, the U.S. and some people are beginning to concern about the China's status of the economy. So the reason is they are concerned about so many foreign investors has held some offshore bonds of Chinese real estate industry and onshore bond. So that's why they are worried about. And the third one is like some deflation or liquidity trap is imminent. But right now, clearly there is some consumption declining, and the demographic issue is a really problem to overcome for the Chinese government. But however, I believe that the generating of the income is more important, and to eliminate poverty among the Chinese and accomplish the equality among the populace in the Chinese populace to make the base and foundation much stronger to live from for the further development of the economy. So to that regard, I do not worry too much about this Chinese economic issues right now.
All right, Professor Song, thank you so much for your thorough analysis this morning. We appreciate it as always.
Okay, thank you.